Case 33 Realize. So this was a big episode and a rather fast-paced one as we get right into the mess. As Zeztz begins his plans, trapping them in her own dream and using the baby nightmares to transform a captured audience of her fans into nightmares. This would cause her dreams to run rampant, as well as cause the nightmares to emerge to the real world to begin wreaking havoc. The nightmares running rampant would of course affect Nem's dream garden thing, thus creating more rampant nightmares. And yeah, with the Zeztz driver broken from last week's fight, Baku can't transformed, and the capsules are slowly losing their power, basically becoming only one use at this point. So Baku's basically a regular dude trying to fight these nightmares and attempt to save Nem, but he's failing. Now he does do his best and does do some good out there, and even the others do help out and do their own best, but it's ultimately useless, and in the end Baku dies, for like the third time this season. And it's here we come to what I like to call the highlight of the episode, with Baku stuck in a Zeztz room with only his equipment, as he's by himself, locked in, and can't do anything to get out. So he decides to spend his time repairing a Zeztz driver, repairing it on his own and making upgrades to it, while also trying to make a new capsum, using their ability to combine to empower each other. There's a side note that the producer actually came out and said there's 653 capsules spread across this room, including the Legend Rider capsules, so let that sink in about how much happened here. As Baku spends 20 years in this limbo state, fixing and upgrading the Zeztz driver before creating Extreme form and awakening when then the episode ends. So yeah, this episode, again, the highlight of the episode is the Baku making Extreme, as that's really cool to see a main rider make their final form. And well, the 20 years Baku spends working on it is also a pretty cool side bit. But I do hate how the episode ends with Extreme sort of debuting, but it's more like a preview as it just shows up. I do really love the story behind this form, and again, Baku making it from scratch with experimentation and just trying different things is really cool. And it reminds me a lot of Build's final form, making Build genius. So overall, I do really like this episode as a nice build up to Extreme's creation, even if I do hate the fact that Extreme only shows up at the very end as a preview. But I guess it'll show desperation of the situation. Overall, fun episode, and I can't wait for next week.